Does this shirt look better like this or like this? So that it like frames the jewelry better. What do you guys think? I have been journaling for my entire life, and I can't find all my journals right now, but these are the ones that I could find that are finished. I have journals older than this, but this is a journal from 2014. I was 11 years old at the time, and I'm gonna read you one of the first entries. First of all, I would always start my entries by saying Sephora TA, which meant Sephora the Awesome. But this is what I wrote. 2/4/14. When I was writing in this yesterday, I forgot to mention that I got this journal at Girl Scouts yesterday, smiley face. Today I got up and got dressed and went to therapy thing for Nika, and Nika's my little sister. And it was cool because there was pictures of things from Paris, Egypt, Japan, Mexico, Europe, hot spring, and many more, smiley face. But the coolest part about it is that he actually took the pictures. Then I came home and went up to my bedroom and did 15-minute school. It was pretty cool. Then me and Keaton went upstairs and played in a sleeping bag. Keaton is my twin brother. Then we went downstairs and all 4 of the kids, we go to play outside, smiley face. We made a bridge and a table set out of logs. We made a nest out of tumbleweeds and played for a bit. Then we went inside and did our stupid chores. I had to sweep and clear off the table, frowny face. Then Allie came over. I might have already mentioned that, smiley face. And I looked at makeup with her. Then I went outside again and played again with Nika. Then I came inside again and I did a conversation on the paper with Allie. I was super fun. Then we ate dinner, parenthesis, yum, close parenthesis. I took a shower right after dinner, then I did some assessments while Mom did my hair. Then me and Keaton did 15-minute school again so that we don't have to do any tomorrow. Smiley face, comma, Sephora, T-A, smiley face. As you can tell, my handwriting was not the greatest, not my best work in the entire world, but that is a fun little journal entry. Let me see if there's anything funny. In this journal, there's a little loose paper, and this is like kind of my first tip that I'm gonna give you. If you don't bring your journal with you and you want to do a journal entry, then just write on a random piece of paper and then stick it in your journal. It works like a charm. It's really not that deep. But this one says, "Dear diary, tomorrow is my mom's birthday. Yay! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark." Yeah, so I kind of sort of lost my other journals, so I'm just writing in this one. Okay, so today I did school. Then Allison came over and we played, then we finished school. Then Nika got mad at me, question mark. She says I broke her toe. Yeah, no. She kicked me and I blocked it with my foot and she got hurt instead. So yeah, that is my drama for the day. Love forever, Sephora. Okay, now I'll give you a rapid fire kind of haul of all my journals, not in order, just to show you. They weren't always cute, but this one is super full to the brim. This one isn't, like, this one I didn't end up stuffing with a bunch of things, but the words are full. This one is the ugliest thing I've ever seen, but it was one of my younger journals. I remember I bought this at an airport on my very first flight. And then there's this one. This one's pretty. I think I ended up doing a lot of drawings in this one, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. This time I drew this Pink Floyd album cover. Next one was this gorgeous silver little fairy journal. This journal was during one of the hardest times of my life, so I don't like looking back at it very much because it kind of just makes me sad. But I did a lot of little doodles in it. I'll try and find a few more. Tree I drew. Their little face I drew. I was writing in some pretty ugly journals for a while. This was 2022. This one was my last journal before the one that I'm writing in right now. I loved this journal, of course, like for obvious reasons. And I filled this one to the brim and put so much of my life. I put so much of my life in here. I have like little pockets full of stickers from events that I went to, and some photos I printed out and put in here. I just want to take a minute of your time. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that, but I do have my own clothing line, and I would love for you guys to wear my things and enjoy them all throughout the year. And I honestly just cannot wait to see my designs on the entire world. So I'm going to show you a few of the pieces that I made this week. Everything's linked in the description if you want to support me and grab something. I really hope you're enjoying this video. I wanted to give myself a little shout out because I don't have any sponsors, so I guess I'm my own sponsor. but this is one of the pieces. This is part of my Bow Babies collection, and this is a bunny. It's a pink thermal. And then we have super fun white zip up with a bunch of the critters. And then we have this gorgeous skirt. I love this so much. I'll show you just a few more. We have this purple all over print with all the friends. Look at them. Oh. And then we have this blue bunny one. And then here we have the raccoon. Look at the raccoon's expression. Isn't he just precious? And then I'll show you one more. This one is the bunny and the monkey zip up. Like I said, everything is linked in the description, my website and everything like that. And I would adore for you guys to wear my clothing and be able to support this channel just a little bit more. And I appreciate every single order so much. If you do order, make sure to comment on this video so that I can thank you directly. I am endlessly, like insanely grateful for you guys. I have been so blessed to be able to feed myself and pay for my rent via my small business, and I would love to continue doing that. And so every single order means the world to me, and it really truly is just my passion to create things. So if you want to go check out my website right now or after this video is done, you're more than welcome to. Website is in my description box. Please go check it out. I love you guys. Here's a little back camera view of some of my little doodles in this journal. There's a clip one. Here's some pictures from somewhere I went, and this fun little this little passage that I wrote on a computer that was at this like guitar museum or something that I went to. Some more fun pictures. Boarding passes in here. This is when I went and got some more ear piercings. Sometimes I draw directly in my journal, and sometimes I draw on little notes or sticky notes or something like that. Just remembered, I completely forgot until just now, but this is another one of the journals that I have. This was actually the last journal that I was writing in. Yes, it was. And I filled this one up. I was writing so consistently, but I actually did I was writing a little comic in this one, so let me show you. Why'd you hand me an empty plate? Geez, Tally, here, not empty, just please help me unpack. Them unpacking. Zora, why did you want to get a place with me anyways? I don't know, I guess just because you're cool or something. Just help me pick this up, will you? As far as I got with the comic, but I really just filled this journal up with a bunch of different things. This here is my journal today. I have, I think, like 8 or 9 pages left, and I'm going to finish it in the next few days. And I am so excited to start a new journal. It's one of my favorite things to do. But I also have become so emotionally attached to this one that I'm really, really, really gonna miss it. Also, I feel like I look so atrocious today. I am not enjoying being on camera, but I'm persevering. I'll read you guys one of the journal entries from this. This was actually 3/23/24, and today is the 16th of April of 2024. It feels so good to live life a little, to go out and not feel like I'm in the fishbowl that is my car. I usually just drive around blasting music, observing everyone living their lives, but I felt like the one being observed for the first time in a very, very long time. I went to the last day of the Tree Front Music Festival thing, of sorts. We just sat and ate, well, she did. Then we watched this old man sing. Then we checked out a few booths, and it rained like crazy and got incredibly cold. Anyway, that's all I'll read you for that entry, because a lot of my more recent entries are personal. But if you want another journaling video in the future, then I'm willing to show you some of my entries and read them to you. If you're interested in something like that, then I 1,000,000% can, and I can find some of my favorite journal entries from this incredibly written in journal. But I don't want to bore you, and I don't want to just like spill my whole entire life onto the internet unless you guys are actually interested in that, so just let me know. In preparation for this video, I did a lot of research on some other journaling videos on YouTube and just like seeing how well they performed and things like that. But I didn't want to do just like a montage of pictures of my journal in different areas and stuff like that. I wanted to make it fun and be real and like actually talk to the camera about like about just random stuff and show you guys different things, and I don't know, just make it a really interesting and less like soft and melancholy little journal video, because journaling to me isn't always just piano music and flowers in a big huge field. Like sometimes I'm ranting and raving in my journal, and sometimes I'm a peaceful little fairy, and sometimes it's super neutral and mundane. I don't want to just give another video to the internet that is the same thing. But for this portion of the video, I want you guys to help me pick a new journal to write in, because hopefully I'm going to upload this before I leave for my trip, so you guys can help me and I can read the comments and decide which one to choose. I collect a lot of journals. I've been collecting journals for a long time, just like empty journals. I go thrifting a lot, and if you go to the office section in thrift stores, then a lot of times you'll find some like older and cool little journals. You can also go on like Mercari and Poshmark and eBay and things like that, and you can find journals there if you're looking for vintage or older or just a little unique one. There's like paper blanks journals, and there's just like regular composition notebooks and things like that. Like you can really journal in anything. Personally, right now in my life, I really like having a bunch of different unique journals that kind of represent each part of my life. But a lot of people like just buying the same journal over and over again, maybe in different colors, or maybe they just like write on this part and they like write the year and stuff so that they can keep track of it. And I think both look nice, and I think both are cool. Like I think it's cool to like see a shelf full of the same book over and over again and be like, wow, I did that 18 times or whatever. But then I also think it's fun to have a variety. Personally, I am more of a variety girl, but maybe that'll change, who knows. But just help me choose a journal. My apologies, costume change. I was feeling so insecure and ugly. Not sure if the costume change helped, but at least I'm more comfortable now. Anyway, let's pick a journal together right now. Please comment which one you think I should do, because if I upload this in time, then I'll be able to actually use your feedback, and that would be so much fun. Okay, here are my options. I have a lot more options than just this, but these are the ones that I'm leaning towards. I have this fabric journal. It has like this floral detailing. I have this little doll journal. It's super cute. The next option, I think this one is super cool. I really like the plaid, but the thing is that I don't love the spiral bound. I really like spiral bound because I like being able to open it like this and like put it down and be on like either side, but storing it and traveling with it and stuff is just not as fun to me. And it doesn't look as nice to me, but I don't know. I really like this one, and I'm kind of leaning towards it. I also have this cool little fairy journal I thrifted. It's gorgeous. I really like that it has this so that I can keep all my belongings in there. And then I have this pink one. This is little, and it would be really nice for all the traveling I'll be doing this year. Last three options are this one. This is one of the most gorgeous journals ever. Look at the cross. That's like 3D, and it's a rhinestone, but like part of me just wants to save this. I'm not sure what for, but part of me just wants to save this, and I don't know. I'm like happy in my life now, so I'm like, why can't I save it for now? But look at the inside. The inside is so pretty. I just love this journal, and it feels like I just want to save it for when my life is at its peak magicalness, but I always feel like I'm at peak magicalness, so I don't even know. And then I have this just regular gray spiral bound. I really like the size of it. I really like the flexibility of it, and I would just like decorate this and make this cute. And then my last option is this little buckle one. I might pick this one. I really like this buckle one. I like that you can like adjust which notch you want to put it on, and then that way I can stuff this to my heart's content. But the one thing about it is that I don't love the yellow paper, and I don't love writing on not lined paper, so I'm really struggling in regards to that. But it is a really pretty journal, and it's gorgeous, and it's kind of a fun little like make you feel like you were born in a time that you actually weren't. But I don't love the yellow paper. I really prefer like a nice white paper, and I also really prefer lines in all of my journals. Even though I draw a lot in my journals, I still prefer lines. But vote which journal down below you think that I should do for the next half of 2024. Journaling tip number 1 is to make it a ritual. Make it a whole ordeal, make it a whole part of your routine, and do everything that you can to, I guess, romanticize it and just make it as beautiful of a task as you can. One of my favorite ways to do that is I have this. It's a fun little tin that I got thrifting a long time ago. Basically, I put all of my journaling things in here and all of my sketching things and my reading things, and then that way I'm just kind of setting myself up for success, and I'm setting myself up for all of these activities. And I'm going to show you exactly what I put in my journaling tin. Okay, I'm going to do my best to actually show you in the tin. I'll also do like a back camera view at the end of this little clip, but basically I have this, and this journal specifically is my letters to myself. I've only written one, and it was really long, and it was October of 2023, and I want to start doing 2 or 3 every year. I think I'll write one very soon, and I just want to be able to like always write to myself in one spot and not just document my day, but like be able to write to myself and be like, hey Seth, like this is where I am right now, and this is where I'm hoping to be, and then just be able to check in on myself and things like that. I keep this at the bottom. And then I have another notebook, and this one is actually like my spiritual notebook, and I read a lot of spiritual texts, and I listen to a lot of spiritual podcasts and things like that, and I just kind of like having all of my learnings and all of the things that I'm learning about myself and my understanding of the universe in one spot. And so, for example, I listen to this podcast called Ram Dass Here and Now, and I write a lot of just notes from that in here, and I just like to keep this in here. And the Bhagavad Gita, I've been reading this for a few years now. I've read it a few times, and I have it like bookmarked and stuff, and I just really like to reference this whenever I am kind of forgetting where I am in my head. And in here, I also keep the book that I'm currently reading, like a novel, but I'm not reading any novels right now. I'm actually reading a meditator's guidebook by Ram Dass right now. It's more of a spiritual, like self-help book, not exactly a novel, but typically I keep my novel in there. And then I keep my manifestation journal in here. This is my second manifestation journal ever. And then I keep my sketchbook in here. I still need to decorate this, so I'll probably decorate this in this video. And then of course just my regular journal that is my everyday thoughts and stories and emotions and things like that. And this mini tin and the big tin. And this has a bunch of like washi tape and little notes and stickers and things like that. I just have a bunch of fun little stickers if I ever feel inspired. And then I keep some little crafting supplies in there as well, just in case I want something to do other than physically writing. And speaking of that, I also have this little mini printer. It's like a thermal printer, so it doesn't need ink, and this way I can print some pictures. This is actually a really cool device because it's so compact and so nice, and I'm able to print anything from my phone. So if I take a photo that day, well, it is in black and white, but that's okay. If I take a photo that day, then I can just print it out and I can stick it in my journal and be like, this is what I did today, which is so much fun and so cool because then I don't have to like go to Walgreens. But I also like doing that. I also like, you know, printing out 5 or 6 pictures from the month at Walgreens and then going and picking it up and then sticking it in my journal. And the last few things I have are a few pouches. I love pouches because then this way This is so wonderful, because then if I'm taking my journal on the go, my sketchbook, my like anything like that, I can just grab one in my journal and I stick it in my purse, and it's perfect. It also just really makes the whole experience so much better. If I adore the thing that my pencil is holding, then I'm more likely to grab my pencil. And if I adore the thing that my thoughts are holding, aka my journal, then I'm way more likely to put my thoughts in it. Does that make sense? I really, really, really just encourage you to get things that you like, get pouches that you like, get tins that you like, boxes that you like, buckets that you like, to put all of your little journaling things in, and so that it's a more well-rounded activity and more of a ritual. But I also want to say really quick that if that is too overwhelming, if journaling is already like a really overwhelming thing and you're already really busy and you don't need more and more steps to your journaling routine, because I feel like sometimes making it a ritual and feeling like you have to brew a cup of tea and you have to light your candle and you have to play some music, that just adds more and more steps. And if you're already burnt out, then that can make journaling even harder. So just release all attachment to any expectation that you have with journaling. You can, some days it's a whole thing, and I pull out my little tin from under my bed and I light a candle, and like I said, I brew a cup of tea, I have some water, I put some music on, or a podcast or a YouTube video, and I dim the lights and I'm in like my comfy clothes and everything, and I just start writing to my heart's content and drawing and doodling, and I go out of my way to really make it an experience for the day, and I make sure that I'm enjoying all of the aspects of it and that it feels really calming and therapeutic and fun and creative and inspiring. But then some days I don't want to do that. Some days that overwhelms me so much, and all I want to do is just grab my journal and write down 3 sentences and then close it and then shut my eyes and go to sleep. And some days I'm just so busy that the only time that I have is while I'm eating, and so I just write down a few little sentences about my lunch or about what I did before lunch or something like that, instead of having an attachment to feeling like I have to tell every single detail about everything that I'm feeling and everything that I did and everything that I want to do. It really does not have to be that complicated. Anyway, the last thing that I have in there, I want to decorate this box because the box isn't really my style, is a bunch of like stickers and patches and just things that kind of inspire me and things that I like little trinkets. This is a little monkey trinket, of course, and I keep some little paper clips in there as well, and a little mini pair of scissors that I just adore. And then I have a bunch of little scraps and stuff, different things that people gave me, my old business cards, and just stuff that I can always put in my journal and make a little collage or write about it or something like that in my journal for the days when I'm feeling more creative, less like just writing a bunch of words. If you watched my last video, then you heard me kind of say this, but I want to say this again, that I like to think of journaling like yoga or meditation, and the entire point of those things, the whole intention behind both of those things, are to just be present and to be here now and to be in the present moment and accept everything as it is and not hold any attachment to it and not hold any expectation or any judgment towards anything at all. And I like to view journaling the same way and not expect myself to write an entire novel about the way that I'm feeling, and not expect myself to draw an entire cartoon about everything that I did that day, but instead just to show up in my journal. And I'm not holding myself to this unrealistic expectation, and I'm also not lying in my journal and just being and like pretending like I have the energy to write all this stuff when in reality I don't. And so when I go back and look at my journals, sometimes I have 5-page long entries, and sometimes I have 3 sentences or just a smiley face or just a picture of what I did that day or something like that, because I physically do not have the energy to do anything else. And I'm never upset at myself. I'm never upset at my past self for not writing an entire crazy story novel entry. I'm always just like, wow, I can really tell where you were at that moment, Seth. Like, that is all beautiful. It's all part of the dance, or whatever you want to call it. Journaling does not mean answering a ton of prompts and figuring out your entire life or anything like that. Journaling to me can be the smallest expression of my daily life, my deepest confessions, my lightest and most fulfilling memory, my ugliest drawings I can possibly make, my scraps from the day, my candy wrappers, my movie tickets, whatever it is. My journal is a safe space for me to put that there and not have an expectation for me. It's not homework. It's not a homework assignment. It's a beautiful ritual that I have the privilege to do in my able body and able mind. Anyway, moral of the story is that you are more than welcome to romanticize your journaling experience and make it a ritual and have some fun and everything like that, but you're also more than welcome to just have one pen and one little notebook. Like, there is no expectation and no rules. You can do whatever makes you feel like you can show up, be yourself, and tell your stories and express your feelings the best way possible. And for me, it's a mixture of both. For me, sometimes it's a ritual, and sometimes it is just pen and paper and messy eyeliner, clothes all over the floor, and I'm just showing up with a few words for the day. But if you are interested in making it a ritual and having all the stuff, here I'm gonna put a little shopping list here on things that you can get yourself that personally I think make it really fun. Okay, I wrote down a little list of tips that I have for journaling. Number 1, get a cute journal. Holy smokes, is this important. Why would you want to write in something that you don't think is cute? Why would you want to spend a moment of every single day in something that you don't actually adore? It is so easy to just go and find a cute little journal. Number 2, decorate it. If it's already not cute, or if you just really like the way that the pages are set up, or the lines look, or the lack thereof, feel like decorating it, be my guest. This journal was just red, and it actually had a heart here. Not a huge heart girl, so I added this silver button because I do like buttons and I love silver. It's my favorite color, and I didn't want it to be any more complicated than this, so I just added one silver button because I just liked the way that looked. But you can go as crazy as you want. You can go all out, put a collage, or just put a bunch of beads and fabric and tassels just all over it, or you can just put one sweet little picture or one sweet little trinket and just hot glue it on there. Tip number 3 is to keep it on you. Keep your journal on you. With this tip, I also have kind of a side tip, which is to make your journal fit your lifestyle. If you are always on the go and you don't have very much room for things to carry, maybe make a small journal or have your journal be in your notes app. If it helps you to feel really accomplished to be able to finish things, maybe get a thinner journal or a journal that's shorter, just easier to finish. If you really like big masterpieces and just being able to have a bunch of room on the paper and be able to draw and just create things, then get a bigger journal that's that has a bit more room to do things like that. Just really make sure that your journal fits your lifestyle, and that is completely up to you. So you want to have some cute pens and pencils that you like. They don't even necessarily have to be cute. You just have to like writing with them. Not sure if I'm going to edit this before or after my little ritual spiel, but like I said, or like I will say, make it a ritual. And then the next tip is to collect everything you can from each day to include in your journal. All your tickets, all your receipts, all your little scraps, all your clothing tags, like anything that you can feel like you can add to your journal. I'll give you an example. Here is just like a random receipt that had like angel numbers as the total, so I have that to put in my journal. This is an old business card of my own business, but I don't make those anymore. Something like this. I bought this chapstick and the packaging is kind of cute, so I can cut it up and I can put it in my journal. Really, truly, like, you can put anything at all in your journal. Something so simple like that, or it can be a note from your lover. Whatever it is, put it in your journal. Okay, now I kind of want to tell you how I started journaling. I started as a little kid. If you watched the beginning of the video, you saw one of my first journal entries as a little kid. But I started even younger than 2014. I started so long ago because I was homeschooled for a lot of my life, and my mom wasn't a huge journaler, but she journaled sometimes, and she just bought us like regular composition notebooks, the ones that have like, it's not cow print, but it's just like black and white, like speckled. She just bought us those, and she wrote our names, and then she would have us journal. And sometimes it was just like, I went to the park, and that's all that I said, and I wrote that over over like 2 whole entire pages because I was so little that I didn't know how to even write small. And a lot of my journaling, especially growing up, was me just practicing my handwriting. I don't know what it is about writing, but I love practicing my handwriting, and you can think of it like that too. And I was like kind of off and on for a while with journaling, especially as a kid. I was busy playing instead of journaling. But then I picked it up as kind of a hobby. I actually have a cousin who we always talked about journaling together, and she's super into journaling too. She has a ton of journals ever since she was a little kid, and we would write in each other's journals sometimes, and we would write about each other, and it was just kind of like a fun thing to do. And that kind of segues into another tip that I have, is that you can absolutely journal with a friend or even journal to a friend. If you want to, instead of having a journal, if you want to just write emails to your friend every day, do that, and then in a year you can print them all out and put them in a book. Now I'm bringing these in my bed so that I can journal. I just picked 2 pens to write with. One is the Micron 005, super thin, and the other one is just a regular Bic pen. You can get them at like the dollar store or anywhere, but I love these pens so much. They're so smooth and they make my handwriting so beautiful. I always start with my regular journal, not my manifestation journal, just because I kind of like ending the night on the most positive note that I can. And sometimes I need to write out some negative things in my regular journal. So I pick my pen of choice, whichever chooses to be the victim that night, and then I start by writing the date. Today, nothing bad really happened. In fact, a lot of really good things happened, so I'll just kind of walk you through my journaling process. Usually I start with a simple hello, aloha, what's up. Sometimes I say stuff like that, but sometimes I just go straight into it and I'm like, today was this way, or blank did this today, or you'll never believe what happened, or just something that really sparks my interest to read it, and then also set the tone for a creative little writing session, I suppose. So today I will write, I can't believe it's already day 53. For context, just so you know, I've been doing this 60-day challenge with myself, and so I've been tracking every day and how I feel every day through this challenge, and that's why I said I can't believe it's already day 53. Now I'm just gonna write about how productive I've been and how good it feels to be productive. Was incredibly productive today. So many small business little duties. Sometimes though, I wish I had more things to focus on than just myself. I would love to have a way to serve somebody on a daily basis. Thinking a lot about having a friend group lately. How does one even acquire a friend group? I usually write between 1 and 6 pages a day. I know 6 pages is a lot. Please do not compare yourself to me at all. I've been journaling for so long and I love writing so much. I also wanted to make a comment. You are more than welcome to journal on Google Docs or your notes or literally anywhere at all. It does not have to be like physically writing, because I got a question saying that their handwriting kind of hinders them. First of all, if your handwriting hinders you, you can either just accept it and be okay with it, because that's not the point of journaling, or you can work on your handwriting through journaling, and it could be like a two birds with one stone type of thing. You can just type your heart away on a laptop or a computer or something like that. Typing is one of my favorite things to do. I love the way that my hand like, and I love the sounds, and it's just so satisfying, and it's really quick as well. But I usually just sit down and I play some music. I play a YouTube video in the background sometimes. Sometimes I play a podcast or something like that. You can play an audiobook in the back if that helps, or you can play nothing at all. It's really up to you. You can also do this while you're watching a show or anything like that, waiting for your dinner to cook, because you really only need 2 minutes. Yeah, so I'm gonna journal for the next few pages. I asked you guys to ask me a few questions about journaling, so I want to take a second to answer them. Question 1, what has been my longest journal entry? Probably around 10-15 pages, something like that. I can journal forever. How do I dedicate time and effort to journaling? I honestly just keep it on me. Just how the same how you dedicate time and effort to your phone. Think of it like that. Think of it like just another thing that brings you security and comfort and joy, and just journal in it whenever you can. How do I motivate myself to journal when I've had a draining day? Well, I kind of use it as therapy for that draining day, if that makes sense. So I use it to let go of everything that has happened to me, whether that means to write about something that distracts me from that, or if that means to actually write about it and to try and get my feelings out. Do I feel like there's a certain time and place that I should journal? No, I don't think that it does not have to be at the same day or same time every day by any means. You can journal at any time of day. Sometimes I journal in the mornings, at night, sometimes both, sometimes just like I was saying earlier in the video, while I'm eating lunch or while I'm just like in between a few tasks. Whenever you have the inspiration to, you do not have to wait to journal about your whole entire day. Somebody asked about how to keep up with journaling when they feel like they've fallen off for a while and don't really know how to get back on. Don't hold any attachment to it. You do not have to journal every single day for journaling to be effective. You can hold yourself to maybe once a week or once a month. Some people really only journal once a month or even once a year. It does not have to be every single day, just because people on the internet are saying that you can journal however often is sustainable and healthy for you. Someone asked about my favorite journal supplies. Honestly, any journal, the quirkier, the better. It really just depends on what I'm feeling in that time frame of my life. And then pen-wise, I love just the regular Bic pens, like office pens that are like at the DMV and stuff. Like they're in every single office you've ever seen. And then I also love the Uniball 0.25 tip. They're like ultra fine or something like that. I love super duper duper fine tip pens personally. And then also felt tip pens are also really fun as well, especially when they're super fine tips. Someone said that they feel super discouraged because they don't feel like their journal entries are or stickers like aesthetic or whatever. That is not the point of journaling. It is a very lovely added bonus if you happen to really like the creative aspect of it and you like working on your handwriting and you like making it look nice, but that's not the point of journaling. The point of journaling is showing up, just being there as you are. And if you can't show up in a way that you feel is beautiful, that does not mean that your journal entries aren't worth your time or aren't worth your energy, because the point is to be able to release the things that release and document the things that have been going on in your life and just express yourself as good as you can. So why would it matter if it's aesthetic or not? But you can also just go out of your way to practice. How do I stay creative if I'm financially struggling? I'm assuming that that's asking about journaling specifically. I just use my journal to brainstorm ways to use my creativity for my financial benefit, you know? Any tips for journaling with friends? Yes, you can just write letters to your friends. That could be one way. You can email your friends. You can go to the store and pick out a journal together and then decorate it together and put your names on it and then just pass it around every time that you see each other or something like that.
There's so many ways that you can journal with your friends. Just make sure that you have fun with it and like make it funny and interesting and something that you guys are all willing to keep up with, and then that way you'll have a nice and full journal. And that's the last question I'm going to answer today. I realized after recording this video and answering all these questions that I would love to do a part 2 of a journaling YouTube video, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. I might do it once I get back from my trip because I'm in Albuquerque right now. But yes, bye.
Times like this is when I wish that I had one of those like suction cup thingies for the back of your phone for like filming, but I don't have one of those. And so you guys are sitting on top of a lip gloss like this, and then you're like leaning against the mirror. So it's okay though, because I'm recording nonetheless. I wanted to tell you about a giveaway that I'm doing. I wanted to do just a little mini giveaway for the end of this video and set one of you guys up for success by giving you a little mini journal kit. It's gonna come with a journal and a pen and some stickers and little sticky notes and things like that that'll help you journal. All you have to do is subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like this video. If you want a little bonus point too, go follow my Instagram. It's just my name, Sephora. You can also follow my business Instagram, and that's Sephora with an underscore. But I really just wanted to give to you guys as much as I could. My phone keeps running out of storage, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. It is not the most structured video in the world, but I really just wanted to kind of have fun and not make it like the other journaling videos on YouTube, because I wanted to provide something a little bit different and show you the creative side of journaling a little bit. So I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you like this video. I can do a part 2 on journaling because I can talk forever and ever, and maybe I can try to make a more structured video for you guys, but I really just wanted to get it out for you anyways, even though it's a little scatterbrained, but it's okay. I really appreciate you guys being here. If you want to enter the giveaway, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then go check out my Instagram as well, and then also do all those things even if you don't want to enter the giveaway. It all means the world to me. And thank you so much for watching.